What the fuck? I was not ready for this to start. Right. T100 show yellowing field for information. You spotted a few things here. Uh, S are running a tank down? What is going on in this game? What have I missed? I don't get it. Okay. I am so out of the loop. So, 66 running a fairly default lineup. Double Chieftain, I7, double CS, T100 Cobra, and Barask and S are running double Chief, double Val, STB, CS, and T100. S doing pretty much the only thing they can do in this game. They're going to try and play for the B cap. They have to find a way to dig out this IS-7 without losing too many hit points. I don't even know if these teams have banned tanks or not. They haven't written anything in the chat from what I've seen. 66 making the cross in the north, why not? They have the tank advantage, they may as well just go take the map control away. Excuse me, sorry. So the IS-7 beamer is lighting all of these tanks from S here. The STV, the CS, Chieftain, Val, and T100 will all be spotted. So the Chieftains on the ridge from 66 will have free farm here. It looks like the mediums have been spotted, probably by... oh, what the fuck, how do I pronounce that? Uptape? In the Valor, since they've stopped in the mid-ridge. QB's kind of overextended here, so if S are aware, they will be able to dig him out. They can just send one tank towards, like, A8 in the hold down, and he will just farm QB. I like to see the Chieftains move up and take the ridge where Probiotic is. That was a massive overextension from the T100. But hey ho, his team's coming over. As long as they can get the trade out. If they can trade these 4 tanks out here, they could actually come back into this. CS is... of Kyobi in his overextended position will go down first here. I'd like to say Amir, just make sure that he keeps himself alive, because overextending here is going to just lose his gun unnecessarily. Puts one into Neville, which is good, but MLW will pick him up. And with this overextension from 66, S have actually now got themselves back in this game. Excuse me. CS Aniba will go down. MLW just needs to back out here. He needs to keep his vision-based tank alive. Him dying here as well is just not worth it. Ape overextends completely unnecessarily, really. They overextended for a 60 HP tank, and now it's going to come back to bite them. Someone needs to pick up this light tank, but they need to stop throwing their HP. They just don't have enough anymore. 4k HP versus 9k HP. Very little they're going to be able to do to come back into this. I've been fucking muted. Fuck. Okay, so long story short, they took the field, which is good. They played the long game with the tank disadvantage, which is expected and is the smart thing to do. They took this control, they saw the IS-7 here, and they need to find a way to dig out the IS-7. They start rotating things away, and I66 have overcommitted here. Kyobi has pushed into a kill zone here. This is a complete misplay. You never want to push into here because it allows you to be farmed from tanks that are over here, and if they just peek here, you can get shot. I would like to have seen one tank from S, one of the mediums, just rotate themselves down here, because that stops these guys from being able to overpeak. But as they have got a tank advantage here, they can easily just group up with their spare tanks essentially and just commit to the fight, because they have easy focus because Kyobi is pushed forward, so he'll be the first one down, and then they have themselves a 3v5 effectively, or 3v6 if you count the light tank as well, that can overpeak and confirm these. So it was actually a massive misplay from I66I to take this control with the mediums. And S could have actually could have won that. There was a period in that game where I thought S had won the game with this overcommit from 66. Where is it? And I'll change the scroll before I forget. And my mic is... Sorry, I am completely ear raping today. So 66 playing field, running double chieftain IS-7, triple CS, the 54 and Vanguard, and S running triple chief, S-Conk Valor, CS, and T100. T100 is playing a very aggressive position. I'm not really sure what this play is. Okay, well this could work. But this Valor should not be here. He should be on the other side of the road in this holedown. Because playing from this holedown, you are very isolated. Because all it takes is one chieftain to peek from here, and you are getting farmed. Because you are you don't have the ability to play holedown from that angle. And also you have to point your turret one direction. This T100 needs to stop panicking and just chill. I understand it has the same camo rating when it's moving and not, but him moving backwards and forwards in and out of the bush, it could just lead to MLW getting an easy light. Probiotic is backing out of this. I think he thinks that Charlie will proxy spot him where he was, which is true because this Valor will eventually just go down. Probiotic is going for the middle. He spots the Vanguard. That's really crucial damage in this game. And somehow Rundi's been slapped. Ape will eventually go down here. And he does. And Charlie will just move himself up into that hole down, I am guessing, to put some pressure on these heavies, which are drastically overpeaking. And there we go, here comes the punish, because they're sitting right on top of the ridge line. But somehow in this game, 66 have lost a lot of HP. To the point where S are only 1k down, and the Vanguard goes down. That is massive. So now there is no ability for 66 to put cap pressure on the B cap, really, without having to sacrifice for a shield. S keep over-peaking to shoot hold down tanks, and they are getting punished hard for it. They need to chill. They know there's no way they can put cap pressure on. Probiotic just needs to sit in a bush and chill. And they need to spread. Amir looks like he's aware, so he'll be going over to go get some information regarding the northern side of the map. But he has no support. Okay, it's good. He hasn't committed all the way down to C3 like I was a bit worried he was going to do, or she. city. They're trying to farm a hold down IS-7, but in order to farm the hold down IS-7, they are over peaking and getting shot. Emir's taken the E1 position. This is fine, as long as it doesn't full send down the one line. Okay, good. He's playing the hold down here, this is nice. So Tally's been spotted, takes one from Emir. Emir might get double pushed by CS's here. Chieftains have rotated over to support now, that's good. Nebel's going to be the first one to commit in. He sees 3 chieftains, he's like, nah mate, not pushing that. Emir needs to just relax here. He doesn't want to 1v1 a hold down chieftain. There's not many worlds where you're going to win a 1v1 against that. Nebel needs to decide what he wants to do. And 66 in general need to decide what they want to do here, because if they keep holding like this, they will lose. Because Nebel is in a position where he can be penned. Emir backs out, that's kind of a misplay. I'd rather have seen him stay behind this E1 building and use the bush. Because from this bush you can shoot without being spotted. Only tanks around the lighthouse, and if they've overcommitted, you get easy farms from the side. But backing out to G1 ridge isn't that bad of an idea. It just puts even more pressure on my chieftains, really. Charlie's pushed himself into middle. He will be farmed in the side from the T100. Alex playing the wide angle, this is good. It stops 66 from being able to push down the 4 line. As soon as Charlie goes down, Probiotic will have free farms on these lighthouse tanks as long as he can get out without dying. He needs to stop shooting and get unspotted. He should be unspotted by now. He's not unspotted. He's taken 1 from something. Tally's farming him. So there's 1 minute left on the cap. As long as S don't panic and overpeak here, they should win this. Probiotic needs to go north. He needs to try and put himself along the A-line ridge, and then he'll be able to get in the bushes and farm the T55, T54 and Rundy. 66 with double cap pressure on. This is where the tank in E1 would be great, because it can shoot the 66 chieftains in the cap from behind while the T100 is farming from middle. Crash is dropped to 1 shot. Kubiati is, what is it, Kyubi is getting farmed and farming. So T100 is being allowed to farm here. And Rundi is like, nah mate, you ain't doing that anymore, and he's decided to push Probiotic out. Probiotic? Man, these names. So this is a great play from Rundi. It just pretty much enables the cap pressure to be put on. He's also now going to be farming from the side. Chieftain and cap gets Amarak. That could be game changing in the future. They're not able to get the other tank out that was in cap, so it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to get back into this. And it is a 5v2, 5v1. Nice, 2 waves, 66. So coming into this, S made a massive misplay with this Valor over here. Putting it back on the east side of this road removes its hold down from any tanks that are over here, and it also means that when they get peaked from here, it can peak a lot safer from the tanks that are on this ridge. If it's playing behind here, this tank has to come all the way out to here to over peak on the tank this here when it's on the west side of the ridge, this road. So these guys would have been able to farm as this guy over peaks the shots, and from here you can also angle his turret better, so it's able to block from here and here instead of like a 90-degree angle here and here. So they essentially threw away a Valor for free. But the way that 66 were peaking meant that they were allowing S to get shots off, which is completely unnecessary in the situation. When you have the map control and, well, you basically have like a tank advantage off spawn, and S have sacrificed a tank, giving you a 2-tank advantage, and you're still over peaking to the point where even when you've been gifted a free tank, you're still over peaking for damage unnecessarily, and you're only 1k HP up, which is actually a net negative if you're not thinking about the gun advantage in the game. So it's a big misplay by 66 yet again, which in this case was actually punished a lot harder by S. But yeah, it is what it is. They did end up taking the north control, which was a good play from 66. Some spread like this, and Emir put himself into this position, which was great. This guy ended up overpeaking and dying in his light tank, and I think it was something like this. So it was the IS-7 that was in town, Chieftain, and I think it was a Cobra or something like that. But Emir taking this position, it's great because you get some punish on these guys as they're over peaking to shoot, because they have to extend up high on this ridge to be able to shoot here or here. So coming here you get easy shots on, but when you see that they're pushing underneath the ridge, you're not going to be doing very much, so you want to put yourself back towards this building. Seems a bit different, but you can put yourself behind the building and you can shoot into the cap if they put cap pressure on, and you can also shoot this guy if he's peaking like an 8. So S, even though they're a tank down in these games, they are still bringing it very close. So coming into round 3 here, 66 taking generic map control. Panzerwagon's going for hill. So 66 should have full information here. As a result, the Chieftains will be pushing into bowl. Titan just needs to peek for information. He doesn't want to over peek and get slapped. He doesn't need to do damage here, it's not necessary. But he also does need to get the information. So the CS is on the mid-ridge here, they need to back themselves up. Like, okay. Being realistic, this game is already lost for us. They've lost full map control, and with a gun disadvantage and losing Lighthouse, there is basically no way they can come back into this. I66 can just peek here for free and farm. Unless 66 forget to reset or something, there is no way that S can win this game. I don't even understand how the HP is nearly even. Like what? Alright, there we go. 2k difference. And the reset's coming for cap. So there goes S's chance of winning this round. There was just very little they would have been able to do with how quickly 66 took the map control away from them. I don't really know how S would be able to come into a map like Cliff with a tank disadvantage to be able to win. It's not a map that you can win off of tank disadvantages or any. I'm curious to see what maps were banned. Oh, they did talk about it, I just missed it. So, 66 banned Westfield and Tehran, and Amir. S banned the Batchat and Sand River. My internet is having the big shits. Alright, 66 splitting here. This could actually come back to bite them. They could end up losing this round off of this. Triple Cobra, sorry, pushing into Bowl. CS's missed their shots. Pepe laugh. And the Cobras hit their shots on the move because memes. So, 66 throwing another round. And the Cobra's going to go down. MLW over peaks, gets slaps, half his HP. S just need to keep pushing this, and they need to commit the CS into killing the Rammer Tower. Oh, the Rammer Tower's running. Okay, he's given up the position. Come on, S. Take a round. S now up with a gun advantage, with HP advantage, but they have 20 seconds left on cap. They need to find a way to reset this without... Okay, well, they don't have a choice anymore. They got a YOLO. They got a full send. Probiotic's going to be the first one in. He's going to probably die on his way in. 66 just playing for the cap, but I'm pretty sure Probiotic should be able to get one reset. He does get one reset off. Kyubi gets reset. App gets reset into the other CS. He needs to play safe, wait for something else to come over. They left the E4 1v1ing a Ramatal. That's not the easiest thing to do, but hey ho. But what is this peek bag? That was not necessary. Come on, man. You could just played hold down and just farm the CSs, but it is what it is, I guess. Now Ape has put himself into a bit of a tricky situation as well. IS4 is pushing in. They need to focus one tank out. Alex takes a low roll. Windy should overpeak and try and get the confirm on the one-shot chieftain if he can. 260 picks him up, that's good. Windy, I mean, the hill has been reworked so that you can't peek anything anymore. How is Element still alive? He gets himself another kill. Is the IS4 just unable to pen the 260? What's going on here? Alright. 260 dropped a 2-shot. Rundy's trying to get into a position to support, but with how the rocks have worked, it's just so difficult to play from the hill. And now he's given up the hill control, so the chieftain of S will just eventually get up and just shoot him in the back. Or just jump on him. So S pick up a round. Let's go. I mean this with no disrespect to the 66 players, because they are good players, but honestly today they have been playing awfully. Like, they could have lost both Marivanka rounds. They've thrown this round with an unnecessary split, really. And S have finally managed to punish one of the 66 players. Sorry, thought my mic was muted, so I've just ear raped you with my keyboard. Seems to be a running theme at the moment with this stream. So coming into round 5, we've got 66 on defense, running double type 5, IS4, double 50B, E4, 257 and 416, and yes, running VZ55, Chieftain, Valor, double or triple IS4, and an E4. Sorry. So it looks like they're going to try and boost the 416 on the hill. This is a proper PC play. They've messed up the climb. I'll give it another attempt, I guess. They're not really doing it well. Like, the easiest way to do this climb is to push up the map border, because then you have a physical wall that's keeping your tank held. And the double 50B behind, you can easily push a 416 up. And from up there you get full vision pretty much. I can try and show. So with this hill control, you can get vision into here, you can shoot into here, you can shoot into here, you can shoot into here, and you can also shoot if they're peeking from here or in here. 50B's over peak somewhere. God damn, that's a big old slap he's taken there. See? '66 are just... they're making plays that they don't need to make. And it's really biting them at the moment. Especially in this series. So it looks like MLWJ gone to the ramp just at the perfect time, just to spot all of the tanks from S making a rotation. Or at least some of the tanks making a rotation. Titan's response is to just back out there, that's a good play. The IS4 of Kyubi has peaked, and he's got the information regarding the 3 heavy tanks down south. So we can see the 50Bs from 66 just moving over to support. It's a perfect play here, play compact, while S make their play. And Amir is going to be in a 1v5. And I know the E4's Cabola's been buffed, but that ain't a peak that I'd be making against 2 Type 5s. So S have actually, they've got the angles here. So if they play the long game and they don't, they peak smart, they will be able to win this engagement in a long, drawn out engagement. And there we go, 66 HP advantage, gone. They've also put cap pressure on, which isn't really necessary, and there's an overpeak from Hornet there, that was unnecessary. Here's a repush from 66, this is perfect. They've got the timing here, like, amazing. As long as the 50Bs get their shots off and pen their shots, it'll be good. And 66 using the gun advantage here to great effect, taking out the Chieftain Mark 6. The tally will go down in the background. How is... I don't know what's going on here actually, I can't really see. 257 goes down, here comes a repush from S. He's bounced off a 50B, an E4, no. He's unlucky there. It's actually very even at the moment. S just having a slight HP advantage here, it's just an all-out brawl. 50Bs are coming off reload for 66, this will be a game-changing play to see how these clips go out, if they die doing their clips. Oh, there's an overpeak from Snitchy. So there goes one of the angles that was holding S in this tiny alleyway. Oh, and the peaks just ain't there. That ain't the peaks, Chief. So 66 just needs an overextension from a couple of the S tanks to come back into this. Beg is potentially going to be one of them. Nebel puts himself on reload and that's going to be the game. The VZs will overpeak here. 1 and 2. 50B is dead. And QB left in a 1v5. Damn. I don't know who this S team is, but they are gamers. They're playing with a tank disadvantage like it's nothing. I love Tally, but man, in an engagement like that you gotta do more than 800 damage. Like you had an easy turret shot on an E4 early on. Yeah, turret shot on an E4 early on, and you've got tanks that are side scraping against you with your HE round you should be doing at least 400 damage a shot. And in a slow engagement like that, the Type 5 should be able to win the fight. So coming into round, what is it, 6 now? Jesus. 66 running Type I double IS4 50B E4 double TNH and 257. And S of running a VZ Chieftain Valor triple IS4 and E4. S going for the fairly standard defensive lineup really, and positioning. Probiotic doesn't really look like he knows where he's going. IS4's, ooh, he's lucky to not take a shot for that peak. He's definitely got the information regarding one of the TNHs in 257. So it looks like 66 are going to try and make a play towards... No, that was a ping from... Who was that a ping from? I thought that would be a ping from 66 to go wide, but it looks like it's where Probiotic's planning on going, which is, well, a perfect angle to play. IS4 takes one from the E4. Charlie Peaks gets a nice Amarak shot into the IS4 as well. Tally's shooting heat. Like the VZ out wide. And these are massive over peaks from the IS4s of us. They've lost way too much HP early on. And their tank disadvantage is now grown. Or that ain't the peak, dude, but he only gets punished once by an E4, which is kind of lucky. MLW gets dropped to one shot. Probiotic is just poking his turret to be a nuisance even when he's on reload. Bit of an overcommitment from the S guys in the high ground. Kyobi goes on reload. This is just I66 playing the gun advantage perfectly, really. Well, very well, I should say. They're triple pushing in here. The TNH and 50B should be getting ready to overpeak, to farm into the bag, to help with the focus fire, but they aren't doing that amazingly, to be fair. They will at least take down an IS4. That's in the meantime. The rest of the 66 tanks have taken out the remaining S defenders, and that will be 4-2. It is very well played in this series by us. They came in with a tank disadvantage in every single round, and they've made pretty much all of them very competitive, apart from that one round on Cliff. So hats off to us. And congratulations to 66 on picking up the series.